Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for the likes, the comments, and for subscribing. In this video, I'll be updating you on unfortunate love. It is hot, I must tell you. Guess what? Lakshmi found Rishi's and Malishka's wedding card. Rishi and Lakshmi's kitchen romance. Please watch till the end to find out how it happened. Lakshmi was so happy after the kitchen romance between her and Rishi, but she was heartbroken when she found Rishi's and Malishka's wedding card. You need to watch till the end to find out how it happened. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click on the notification button to be notified anytime I drop a new video. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let's go. The episode starts with Rishi coming to the room and taking his clothes from there. Lakshmi talks to the chef, who tells that he's called every Sunday to make cakes. Sonia comes there and tells what she wants. Lakshmi asks chef what Rishi likes. The chef says cupcakes. Lakshmi takes tea for Rishi. Rishi comes out after bathing. Lakshmi closes her eyes. He says, I am wearing vest and towel. Asks her to look at him. Just then, his towel drops and falls down. Lakshmi and Rishi say sorry to each other and turn their face. The chef talks to his daughter and says he can't come. Lakshmi comes there and says his daughter's name is good. Rishi asks how is Sonia. Chef says she was insisting me to come home and take her outside. Lakshmi asks Rishi to let him go. Rishi asks him to go. Lakshmi says, who will make cupcakes? Rishi says, you are not the only all-rounder. He asks the chef to go. Chef thanks Lakshmi and Rishi and goes. Lakshmi assists Rishi as he makes cupcakes. Virender looks at Rishi and Lakshmi working in the kitchen. Lakshmi moves her hair from her face. Rishi says I will do it and moves her hair from her face with his hand. The cupcake batter applies on her hair with his hand. He wipes it and says sorry. He gets naughty and applies batter on her hair. Lakshmi says Rishi. Rishi applies the batter on her hair again. Lakshmi dips her hands in the batter and goes behind Rishi. Rishi runs out. Lakshmi goes behind Rishi. Virender says, not me. He asks Rishi to send his mom and asks Lakshmi to clean her face. He thinks both of them are happy and laughing aloud. He looks at the batter and thinks of Daddy asking him to take suggestion from Rishi. He thinks he will make Neelam happy today. Rishi comes to Neelam and asks her to go to the kitchen as Dad is calling her. Malishka comes to the Oberon's house. Virender and Karishma greet her. Malishka says, I think that I don't disturb you. Virender says, this is your house like before. Ayush looks shocked. Malishka says, Uncle told me that this is my house. She tells Rishi that she has some work with him. Lakshmi comes there and asks Malishka to have breakfast. Malishka says, I will have it later and give something to Rishi. Rishi gets shocked seeing the wedding invite of Malishka and his marriage. Neelam comes there. Rishi drops the card on the floor. Neelam and Malishka bend down to pick it. Their head collide. Rishi picks the card and asks Lakshmi to tell Neelam and Malishka about black dog biting when two heads collide. Lakshmi tells it. Karishma laughs. Virender says it happened with Ayush and says we had collided but didn't listen to Lakshmi, and then the black dog bites Ayush. Ayush says yes. Karishma asks when did it bite you. Rishi asks Malishka to come with him. Lakshmi asks him to come soon for the breakfast. She calls Virender and Ayush as liars team. She tells Karishma that cupcakes are made for her. Karishma says she knows. Neelam asks where is Sonia. Rishi asks Malishka what was the need to bring the card here and says if anyone has seen it. He says you are giving me so much stress. Malishka argues and gets angry on him. She then recalls her mom's words. The episode starts with Malishka apologizing to Rishi and says you know that I get overexcited and says it is your mistake to talk in front of everyone. She asks him not to fight when they are getting married. She says sorry and asks him to agree. He says it's okay and asks what happened. Malishka says, I was upset and nobody is there with me to share my happiness. She says my marriage will be happening, but I can't do like usual brides. Rishi asks her to understand that the situation is critical. Malishka gives him their wedding card. Rishi takes it and keeps it in the file in the cupboard. Lakshmi comes there and says, I know that you both will get late for breakfast. That's why I brought breakfast here. She asks them to have food. Rishi is about to sit to have food, but Malishka tells that the project is important for her and asks him to come. Rishi sees Lakshmi upset and asks her to have breakfast. Says we will have dinner together. Malishka asks him to come. Lakshmi thinks to surprise Rishi like he had surprised her. She thinks to do something special for him. Malishka and Rishi come out and sit in the car. Malishka asks what was it? What was the need to act sweet with Lakshmi? He asks why she is making issue. He asks why do you react this way? Malishka asks, do you think me wrong? And says, I never asked you for anything and came to share with you. He asks, are you jealous with Lakshmi? Malishka asks, what is in her? She is illiterate village girl. Rishi says, enough, and says, you shall not drag Lakshmi in this, and asks her not to decide or talk if she is good and bad. He says, whatever you said about her was wrong. Malishka asks, your dad and Ayush was supporting about Lakshmi's black dog incident, and you also reminded Ayush when black dog had bitten him. Rishi says, from where does illiterate thing came in this? And says, I like to hear when she tells me about her village culture, and says, I like it and wants to know about it. He says, I like village culture and tells that in our houses, we go to work, come back and sleep. He says, we hardly have food together. He says, I want to hear Lakshmi's village cute story always. Malishka asks, will you again ask if I am jealous? He says, I don't like to hear you insulting Lakshmi. She says, I will drive. She gets down the car. Rishi also gets down. Malishka thinks to control her anger and thinks I will not give him any reason to separate with me. She says sorry to Rishi and asks him not to get upset with her. She says we shall not fight. He says even I don't want to fight with you. She asks him to smile. She gets Karan's call and she tells that she will come soon. And then they will do her marriage rituals. Rishi asks where is Auntie? Malishka says I have sent her to Marcy's house as I asked Marcy to call her. She says Mom would have known that we are secretly marrying, so I sent her from here. She stops the car at the temple. Rishi asks why we have come here. Malishka says just a second and meets the Pandit Ji. Pandit Ji says all the arrangements are done and asks them to come. Rishi asks why have we come here. Malishka says for a small puja. Why you are asking me questions? Lakshmi has decorated their room and thinks she will bring his favorite Vada Pav. She lights the candles for the candlelight dinner and thinks he will say perfect looking at the decorations. Malishka takes him inside the temple. Pandit Ji asks them to sit. Rishi asks Malishka why did they come. Malishka asks Pandit Ji to say what he said to her. Pandit Ji says this is Kundavta's puja. Rishi says, I can't sit with you for this puja as I am married. Malishka asks him to do this puja for her and says, please. Pandit Ji asks them to sit and says, you both will present the Kundavta together. Rishi asks how much time will you take. Malishka asks him to hurry up. She gives something in his hand and they put it together in the haven. Rishi recalls his marriage with Lakshmi. Pandit Ji gets up and covered gungats on Malishka's head and Gadbandan pink clothes on Rishi's shoulder. Rishi asks, "What are you doing?" Virender asks Lakshmi to bring a brown file from Rishi's cupboard. He says he needs it urgently. Lakshmi goes to the room and gets a file. The papers fall down along with the wedding card. Lakshmi picks it and reads that it is Malishka and Rishi's wedding card. She gets shocked and sees the date, which is today. Rishi asks Malishka about what kind of puja is this. Panditji says this is Anustan and puja. He recalls Malishka asking him to get her marriage done without the knowledge of the groom. Really? She gives him money. He says if anything happens. Malishka says, "I will handle it." Flashback ends. Malishka asks Panditji to get the puja done fast. Panditji says now you both will give outie. Rishi asks them to tell clearly what is happening and refuses to give outie. Two girls comes there holding Dugama's flag and the haven fire gets set off as the bowl falls in it. Malishka asks the girls who is she. The girl says she is Duga, Maduga, Matarani. Rishi recalls Lakshmi's words that they are blessed to stay together for many births. He looks at the set of heaven. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and come back for more updates from your favorite Z Word series.